Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Breaking news tonight out of Grand Forks. Police have confirmed with Valley News Live that they responded to a second high-speed chase this evening, making it the second in just 24 hours. Last night, we broke to you that police were responding to a high-speed chase that started in East Grand Forks and ended in Grand Forks. That chase was eventually called off because of safety reasons. Police say the person in last night's chase was able to get away. There's no word yet on whether anyone is in custody or even if the two chases are related. But stick with Valley News Live as more information develops on this breaking story. We also have some breaking news for you out of West Fargo. The city says they are currently dealing with some downed power lines at the intersection of 2nd Street East and 5th Avenue East. The West Fargo Fire Department says they're working very hard to get power restored to the area, but they are asking you to stay away from the area until further notice.
My friends and I go out to eat. We'll all agree to put our phones in the middle of the table. Whoever checks their phone first has to pay for the meal.
Some local schools are screening a movie tonight and tomorrow all about screen time. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz has more on the documentary Screenagers and why this viewing is worth the screen time.
Your mom, you can outsmart her easily. No offense. Yeah, Mom, it's a really hard math thing.
It's the ever-present battle parents can't stop grappling with.
When I tried to stop him from playing the games, he turns into another person.
And now local public schools will put screen time to good use, showing the documentary Screenagers.
I took a picture of myself and my brother, and I sent it to him. When I got to school, I knew that everyone else knew. What are the boundaries? How can we create them? How can we work together?
West Fargo Public Schools will show the movie Wednesday night and hold a panel after.
So often kids feel we're just taking away stuff from them, and we're not really talking about why it's important for us to have boundaries when it comes to screen time.
The schools teamed up with Imagine Thriving and Sanford Health to bring the screening to America's 50th state.
North Dakota was the only state in the whole country that hadn't had one yet. So we were excited about bringing that to town.
Along with powerful anecdotes, the movie uses brain science and stats.
And then I gamed 3 in the morning, and then I gamed until 5 in the morning.
You spend on average 6.5 hours a day looking at screens.
And aims to find solutions.
No, it's not too late. The research that shows human resiliency gives me hope.
It's not only what screens are doing wrong or what's bad about them or not good about them. It's also just what people are missing out on when they're not.
Local staffers say they're excited to progress the much-needed conversation. Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
Moorhead Public Schools will show the movie tonight at 7 o'clock at Horizon Middle School. West Fargo Public Schools will hold a screening tomorrow night at 6:30 at Liberty Middle School. And we're told Fargo Public Schools is looking to hold a screening this fall. For more information, head to our website and click on this story. The man charged with throwing a 5-year-old from the 3rd floor of the Mall of America in April pleaded guilty to attempted murder charges today. 24-year-old Emmanuel Aranda must serve 19 years in prison on charges of attempted first-degree murder. After today's guilty plea, the senior assistant Hennepin County attorney says she feels this was the appropriate sentence in this case.
We clearly had an idea that we were going to seek as high a sentence as we could, and we filed a motion for an aggravated sentence in this matter. And considering that the range of difference between the top of the sentencing guidelines grid and the aggravated sentence was a difference of 12 months, this resolution seemed like an appropriate one.
Police say Aranda told them he went to the mall looking for someone to kill and chose the boy at random. The 5-year-old boy miraculously survived and is no longer in critical condition. Take a look at what happened this afternoon in Gwinner, North Dakota. A viewer sent us this video of a dust devil, small rotating columns of air that we can see because of the dust and debris they pick up from the ground. Apparently, the conditions were just right in Gwinner for that dust devil to form. A clear, hot, and calm day. As for conditions this evening, we don't want to make you wait, so Justin is here with our no-wait weather. Justin?
And thank you, Andrea. Good evening, everybody. Yes, another warm day out there, lots of sunshine, although some of us have seen some clouds and there are some scattered showers around. Temperatures across the region ranging from the upper 60s out toward Bemidji, the Devil's Lake Basin, all the way into the upper 70s in our southern and southwestern counties. The wind is from the north, not as bad as it was yesterday. We're still seeing winds 10 to 20 miles per hour in most places. places. Most of us are seeing mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies up and down the valley, with more clouds and some showers off to our east and off to our west. And that's going to be the story this evening. We will stay mainly dry, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, a light breeze from the north as temperatures fall back from near 70 and through the 60s. Well, we are entering a more active weather pattern, and we have our first chance this season of seeing some severe weather. That happens tomorrow, and then a rainy weekend ahead. We'll have the full details coming up later in the newscast.
All right, thanks, Justin. The North Dakota Department of Environmental Quality is putting out information today on the health effects of manganese in drinking water. Officials say we need some of this mineral to stay healthy, but too much can be harmful. Manganese is an abundant metal that occurs naturally in rocks, soil, groundwater, and surface water. North Dakota does have naturally occurring manganese in water. The EPA says drinking water should not contain more than 0.3 milligrams per liter. If the levels are above that, both children and adults could have problems with memory, attention, and motor skills. Bathing, washing dishes, or clothing with water containing high levels is not harmful if the water is not ingested. A group of Minnesota diabetics made an 11th hour plea on Monday for lawmakers to address the rising costs of insulin. One of the bills in limbo right now is the Alex Smith Emergency Insulin Act. The legislation would create a statewide assistance program for people who cannot get that life-saving drug. People with type 1 diabetes and parents of children who depend on the drug are making that final push at the Capitol. The House bill would provide a 90-day emergency supply of insulin for people, while the Senate version would limit that to 30 days. You might think you live in the worst town, but a new report by the Wall Street Journal says Grand Forks is the worst city to live in North Dakota. This may be because of the unemployment rate being above any other city in the state and the median annual household income in Grand Forks being the lowest in the state. But as Valley News Team's Maddie Gelseth found out, city leaders are continuing to invest to make it a better place to live.
Most people I spoke to say it's disappointing and surprising to have Grand Forks ranked the worst city to live in North Dakota.
I think that's a little ridiculous. I do not agree at all.
The report says almost 20% of Grand Forks residents are living in poverty. It also says violence in Grand Forks is happening 30 times more than any other city in North Dakota, and the unemployment rate in Grand Forks is almost 3%. But despite these statistics, a few residents say Grand Forks has a lot to offer, which makes up for this data.
It's big enough to have a lot going on, but small enough where you know people, you know the community. You could really get into a lot of groups. There's a lot to do here.
A group in Grand Forks actually made a campaign to show what the city has to offer.
We have about $50 million in investment being added to our downtown right now. We've done a lot locally here to really increase our quality of living.
Kruger says city leaders are actually listening to its residents, making Grand Forks a better experience and place to live.
There's a lot of investments being put into our community right now to better our community for everyone, not a specific group of people.
Like having more lively events and spicing up town square.
Reporting in Grand Forks, Maddie Gelseth, Valley News Live.
If you would like to see the full report, you can go to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. A major breach at WhatsApp, and now the company is urging users to upgrade to the latest version. The Facebook-owned app says users might be vulnerable to malicious spyware being installed on their phones, whether or not users answer a suspicious call. WhatsApp has boasted about its high security in the past, claiming messages on the platform are completely encrypted. Josh Duhamel has taken many leaps of faith in his life. One of them was choosing acting over pursuing dental school. Valley News Live was able to sit down with the North Dakota native and Hollywood actor to talk about his successes. He says what people don't know is that with those successes came 1,000 no's and failures.
Sometimes those things that scare you the most are the things that are most gratifying in the end. Those things that terrify you, if you have the courage to walk through it, you look back and you're like, I'm so glad I did that.
Duhamel says he owes his success to his ambitious spirit. You can find out more about how he's dealt with setbacks and what has inspired him tonight on Valley News Live at 10. Comedic actor Tim Conway has died at the age of 85. If Conway is best known for one thing, it's his time on The Carol Burnett Show. For the show's first 8 seasons, he was just a frequent guest, but then became a regular in the show's 9th season because fans loved him and so did the cast. According to Conway, he had no professional training, but what he did have was a sense of humor. He won 6 Emmy Awards for his work on The Carol Burnett Show and 2 for a guest starring roles on Coach and 30 Rock.